welcome to another episode of Down the Rabbit Hole. I am Fi, and I'm going to give you your up-to-date dose of XRP rumor and decoding. So first of all, we're going to start with this. This sounds like a normal kind of trader guy, and he's starting to see the light.
That alpha, guys. And like, obviously this could be coincidence. This could be coincidence. It depends if you believe in coincidence, but I'm just going to play you the clip anyway, and you let me know what you think. I mean, I don't know. This is a phrase that is used all the time in the XRP community. The XRP is going to rise like a phoenix. And literally, what's this, from 6 hours ago, I think, 1:44 a.m. Right now it's 11:54. So let's say that's 10 hours ago. Credit Suisse CEO comes out and says Credit Suisse are going to rise like a phoenix. Listen.
On the liquidity and the critical moment, the part that struck me is the metaphor the CEO uses, is that Credit Suisse is looking to rise like a phoenix. That's from the ashes. And so
So is this coincidence? Then I got this little clip here from Token Topics on Twitter from 3 hours ago. Credit Suisse says bank will rise like a phoenix. Credit Suisse is the latest global bank to agree cross-border payments ready for distributed tech. A 135-page report, Credit Suisse offers their research expertise blockchain, declaring that it will fundamentally change every aspect of banking and finance for the next 10 years. Furthermore, the report comes to the same conclusion as Ripple on the question of where these shifts will occur first and will have the most significant impact.
There we go. So this is, he's obviously a keen XRPer, but perhaps he doesn't seem sold necessarily on all the rumors, but it's obviously starting to leak through, and he's thinking, it's making him go, So there we go, there we have it. Chainlink have, Coinbase here show that Chainlink have partnered with Swift, and now some of the community of Chainlink are thinking, oh wow, that means XRP is a nothing, Ripple are losers. Well, all it is they're creating a cross-chain interoperability protocol, and obviously I'm going to sound like I know exactly what that is. And one of those will enable Swift messages to instruct on chain token transfers, helping the interbank network to be able to communicate across all blockchain environments. That's it. That's all it does. So to the poo-pooers who think that's the end of Ripple, no, I'm afraid not. Doesn't mention anything about settlement and dealing with the global debt crisis. But nevertheless, if you're a Chainlink holder, great for you. I'm not. It doesn't interest me, because there's only one I'm interested in, and we all know what that is, and that's the reason you've come here for your little dose of XRP, rumor mill, and decoding. So let's start. For some of the most recent stuff, and the easiest way for me to sift through some of it is to start on my own page. Now, the decoding community are pretty excited. They've been very excited on Twitter lately. And I mean, I've been actually really chilled, kind of just looking at a broader picture since my 813 decode wasn't obviously strictly 813, but then of course the big Q with the royal the hat on, this lady here, which I'm going to show you some good decodes, she went and died on 813 on the Chinese calendar. So that was a very interesting connection. So it have been lately, for the, once September came along, and now we're looking at October, November, the Big Bang in November, the European Central Bank migration is called the Big Bang. That's occurring in around about the 25th of November, 22nd of November. That is the start of the new ISO 2022 or 2022 protocol. And it goes all the way up to completion in 2025. So, how do we all feel about it? Well, there's a lot of people getting very excited for the next couple of months. And of course, we can see the dominoes are now falling. There are banks, Credit Suisse, obviously we showed you at the start. There is a lot of recession fears looming, bank run looming the money is starting to fall out of the markets. We haven't had the big crash yet, and if you follow something like Waters Above Crypto, he believes it's going to be more than likely October, and he's got a very, very keen interest in the November eclipse. But interestingly, I was watching his video the other day, and I might show it to you, but he said, short of this pump, maybe pumping up a little bit more for XRP, and we did see recently XRP, as you know, as we know, is pumped up. As the Velo chart. Let me come off of this for 1 minute. Or the XRP BTC, not really doing a lot. Yeah, XRP, as you know, is gone up. It's had a little pump. He didn't really vibe with that pumping much more. He believes, and he said, I think he did mention maybe 70 cents, this sort of target here. But other than that, he feels it's going to come right back down here to 22 cents in the near future, probably in October, November. And if he's right, well, that is intriguing. But that's certainly not what a lot of the other, the narrative, the Riddler narrative, think. We obviously are following 589, we're following the events. So who's to know what's going to happen in what order? But a big crash is due to come, and what usually happens, crypto usually follows it. And perhaps XRP then rises like a phoenix. But interestingly, Waters Above, and I'm not saying he's God or anything like that, but he's an intriguing character. I can't quite work him out. I never quite tell whether he's on our team or not, and I know that's a strange one, but there's just something I can't put my finger on. But he says, we're not going to pump again. And he said it the other day, I'll try and find the clip. We're not going to pump again until May 2023. That is bizarre. So that's how long he thinks the market's down, yet the entirety of the decoding community are very, very excited for the next few months. So, who's right, who's wrong? We are to find out. So, I'm going to begin you on my latest decode, and this lady is key to it all. I've been noticing, well, myself and Aria, I need to find her tweet, but I won't probably find the tweet today. There is a connection. I'll come back to that another day. We discovered right here. We discovered recently. We connected one of Paul's begin posts with the exact day of the Queen's death, and it was 2 years and 1 day from the connection. Now, if you remember, I did describe. Let's quickly remind you of this one here. The previous connections we already found that she died 1776 days after the first Q post. Now 1776 is of course the year of independence and the formation of the Illuminati. And she died 589 days after Mr. Paul's Black Swan on the 27th of January 2021. So, already like, whoa, seriously? So you have to question, how much did she really die? How much of all of this that we're seeing is this theater? Or are we dealing with a quantum computer scale size simulation where she really did die? Or the character playing her really did? And who knows? But certainly I have some sources that know of her physician who say that she was suffering from blood cancer. So somebody was suffering from blood cancer, if you believe the narrative that she didn't even exist or hasn't done for a long time. Somebody's been looking at the blood of the Queen. But nevertheless, let's move on back to this decode. So, death and rebirth. I believe the Queen is center stage of the 589. We found this connection, Stella Aria. I believe that could well be day 0. We know it's connected to the 813 based on the riddles that we did here due to the Chinese calendar. Okay, moving on. If you haven't seen my post about all the riddles, how all the riddles connected, here they are very, very quickly. All the end of year 2018, the finally, all of these, they all connected to that day. So, the 813. What was the 813? Well, it's the 225th day of the year on the Gregorian calendar. And that was my provisional, okay, maybe that's something. So, I now believe that led me to day 0 being the date of the Queen's parting. Well, interestingly, from the 8th of September, and I write it backwards, just for the Americans, because there are tons more Americans on this platform than there are Brits. So September the 8th, to her very next birthday, when she would have been 97, is 225 days. Here it is. If that loads, 21st of April, that's her birthday. And there it is, 8th of September, 21st of April, 225 days. So, okay, intéressant. That's already quite an intriguing connection. Are we looking then at death and rebirth? And what will be rebirthed on her birthday next year is the question. A new financial system, perhaps? I would say so. It makes sense. And out of curiosity, of course, if you want to know how long that is in months, well, it's 8 months and 13 days. I didn't actually write that. It's quite impactful if I had have written that. It's 8 months, 13 days. The 813. Again, intriguing. Then, if we go back to the day she celebrated, she and everybody else celebrated her birthday. The Queen's birthday parade, known as the Trooping of the Colour, was held on the 2nd of June, 2022. 98. The 98 days later, she died. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. 2nd of June, and then she died. 98 days. Crazy connections. The very next day, this is when on the world stage she did that amazing video. I'm going to find it on Ain't Tamoli, but there's a picture of her, this person, pressing the switch, flipping the switch exactly a day later. Now let me just quickly find Ain't Tamoli. Ain't. Am I going to find you like that? Enigma, there he is. Annie Tamoli. Okay, let's watch that video. Here it is. The purported Queen. 90.
Your Majesty, the Commonwealth of Nations globe.
The Commonwealth of Nations globe. So that was the next day. So from the switch, flipping the switch to her death was 97 days. And that's the age she would have been on her next birthday. If we link it back up. Was there a link? Maybe a bit further down then. Yeah, so flipping it, obviously, so if I'm saying day 0 is the day she died, then 97 days from the day she flipped the switch was in essence a symbolic way of saying her death is the flip of the switch. It's already done. She has flipped it in my view, but her death and her rebirth potentially are what could be key here. And finally, if we use the template of these numbers here from this pull post, with 589 being on the 8th of September. If we add these ones, the 13, 11, sorry, the 113 and the 111, that gives us 224. You add that to her death date and it takes you to the 20th of April, the day before her 97th birthday. And then, if you add the next one, the 111 and 311, which is the 422, that's, if you don't add it, you just simply take it as it is. You got the 22nd of April, which is the day after her 97th birthday. And April the 21st, her birthday, is a Friday, and it's the start of the very first day of the Taurus. So, star sign. I'm not saying that's anything, but just a casual connection at the end there. And I've got some other little bits on 589, reusing the 589 to make 813, 918, 1322, and 922. You can do a lot with the 589 if you recycle it and use it. And also added equals the 44. We've seen a lot of 44. Right, so moving on. Some interesting connections there. Let's go. If we can find an old decode talking about the 44. It's happening. Paul's saying 44, a pattern will emerge. The magic number 44. It's happening decode 404 days from the release to the 4th of July 2022. 213, so the 13th of February is the 44th day, and 813 is 44 days before the Hebrew New Year. 44 could be key here. So they, there we go. Oh, and I think this was, yeah, it's a good post on here on 404 days from their release as well, if it's still there. 26th of May must have been when they released it to July the 4th, 404 days as well. You've got Ripple's 404 logo here. A lot of, there's got to be something in the 404. Obviously that's the error code, but there's got to be something. Got to be something coming up to do with the 44. Week 44 maybe. I know Ari has looked at that. Some of the guys have been looking at that. So let's have another quick look through. Apologies for the scrolling. Um, 2023 says Adventure Bears will shine its light first with Photon heading to Venus for the first time. A private mission by Rocket Labs searching for signs of alien life as the phosphine has detected. And the second stage is Electron and Photon. The final countdown. Venus hasn't had a lot of love recently. And 2023 is the opportunity to put that right. And if you remember the line from the final countdown, we're heading to Venus. You never know, could be something, could be nothing. So another cool decode, cool in my own opinion. So obviously we know Queenie died 813 Chinese cow. So there was 93 days from the Gregorian 813 to Charles's birthday on the 14th of November. That's when he turned 74. 74 like Independence Day. So the Queen was 22, 6 months and 24 days when she had Charles. 6 months, 24 days after her death is April the 1st. Now, if you're aware, number 138, the 13-8, the 138 is the number of the Fool. If you do some Googling, I'm going to save time by not doing that. But also the April Fools is the number of the Fool as well. So this is a strange connection for the 138 in English. On the English calendar, we'd say 13-8 for the 13th of August. And obviously she's from England. And April the 1st, we would obviously be looking at April Fool's Day. So I find it strange. There's a lot of connection to the Fool, which again links to my original riddle decode of the Jester, who is the Fool. So I think these they really are connecting here to the Fool. Savage here shows us big events happen when the same number energy align. And in case you're wondering why there hasn't been a total market collapse yet, It's because late October 93, it will be 93 years since the great stock market crash of 1929. The 93rd year gets activated soon. And some of his posts here is a very cool account, looks at all things matrix and simulation theory. Now, of course, I've added to that. You've got this, this, I think it came from Pool, which was deciphered. The time is nearly here, and as the clock strikes 1:33, a new world is born as we collide. As cash continues to disappear before your own eyes, and partnerships emerge of which you knew nothing about, the phoenix shall rise once the storm is over. Now, 1:33 is 93 minutes. Or 1 hour 33 is 93 minutes. 93 days after Independence Day is the 5th of October, that being tomorrow. These are just casual dates for attention, potentially. 93 days after 8/13, Gregorian, is Charles's birthday. That's probably the date that I'm intrigued in. Charles's birthday. The Fool connected to his birthday with crash energy. You got 93 days after she died is the 10th of December. The 93rd day is the 3rd of April, and the 43 is the 14th prime. Day 322 of this year has 43 days, so the 322, like the 223, skull and crossbones, has 43 days left of the year, and that is the 18th of November. So there's a lot of number energy coming up, without doubt. Without a doubt. Okay, let's move on to see what else we've got. Oh, here is my fun new... This is what I do for my life. I've done this technique on my own life with my granddad's data. And it's insane how the days match up. But here's a little taste for you. So the Queen lived for 35,204 days. Now, if you apply that to the golden ratio calculator, okay, phi, PHI is phi. Don't confuse it with pi, but they're two very good uses. You put her the number of days that she was alive in a calculator, and it gives you the long section, and it gives you the short section, and this is the ratio of life. You see this, the golden ratio in shells, ears, boobs, butts, everything. It is life, and clearly it runs through our code, our zeros and ones, therefore we are all electrical, and these zeros and ones that make our DNA, they are forever calculating. So the longer section here is 21757. If we add 21757 to her birthday, it takes you to Thursday, the 14th of November, 1985. Now, that was not the year that Charles was born, but it was the day he was born. Now, if you don't think we live in a simulation, that's fine, but I am certainly exploring all of the ramifications of such. And 48 to 85, let's calculate that quickly. That would be 40 years minus, this makes you 7, 85, just double check my calculations. 85, yeah, 37 years. Look how old he is. He's 73. He's 73 when she dies. Their dates match via the fire calculator by 37 years. Crazy things. I think I covered that one, so I won't go over that one. So let me have a look in the community now. Let's see what people are going crazy about. Got a few things to go through here. Let's have a look at this. Okay, just in, Bangladesh's national power grid collapses, causing a blackout for 140 million citizens. Apart from the parts of the country in the northwest, the rest of the country is without power, says an official. That's definitely a lights out moment. Now, I don't know if I told you about this, but here's another little matrixy, crazy, strange, interesting thing that happened to me. I was watching Tales from the Loop, which is on Amazon, with my wife, and as we do when we're predictive programming, watching the predictive programming, which is a gem, by the way. Don't see it as a curse. See it as a vision into the future. But the lights went out on a lamppost, and as I do whenever I see, so I'm waiting for this narrative to come through, I said, lights out. And at the very, very moment I said out, the whole power in our street went off. It was just insane. My wife screamed because it was just out of such shock. The synchronicity was insane. So if you open up your third eye and open up your hearts, there is a lot of energy running through this world, and it can be used for good. It doesn't have to be the negatives that you are probably conditioned to believe is all-encompassing. There is some special stuff going through this world, and you're a part of it. And if you're listening to my videos, if you believe in yourself, because there's a believe in, just believe anything you need to believe to shift your paradigm, to make your life magical, okay? Because there's some insanely amazing energy out there for you to tap into. Got Kang Space with some interesting videos. He says here, Mr. Paul runs runes decode as the time comes. His audio is reversed from a Cicada 3301 track. Ah, that is curious. Lots of Paul stuff. There's definitely something coming. I mean, gee, it's just weird. I'll look at this in more detail, but look for Kang Space. His name is Kang Space 589. Looks like an interesting thread. And then we've got Aria here. I'm going to finish probably here. She has looking at this, she's decoded this video, and I think it's down here, or it's on Fojak. And I'll just show you quickly if I can. He usually does the video, so here it is. You're probably familiar with this. It is 44 seconds long. And there it is, the X at the end. You saw it. So yeah, she's looked at this, and then she decoded the video minute by minute, and it's really interesting here. She even suggests that she believes XRP was meant to moon in 2020, but it looks like the rigged election put a halt to the plans, and we know about Plan B. I would actually say no, just on the basis of rigged election being so see-through that I think that was always part of the plan. And Plan B, like the band Plan B, were always going to be, in my opinion, the way to go. Unless, of course, there is something incredibly interesting going on in this world, a power play that we just don't know. But then here she talks about the 44% and the 44 seconds, XRP appearing at the end, week 44. It's a very interesting thread. Have a look through here. I'm trying to find the bit that was... Oh, here we go. Yeah, so this is what I found. She's broken it down. The siren, the vehicle, nuclear explosion, and she's all the way down to XRP at the end. You've got 40 being a blackout. Now, funnily enough, I think it is week 40 now. I need to verify that now. Let's have a look. Week 40. We are indeed in week 40 on the 4th of October. Here it is, week 40. Days remaining today, 88 days, time travel. Have we seen anything interesting today to denote time travel? Well, we're in week 40, so her theory is, if I can find it, week 40, so she wrote this back in September, week 40, a blackout. And of course, what did we just have? What we talked about earlier, there was a blackout. So that is intriguing. So therefore, if this is right, and she's on the right lines, then week 44 with the XRP symbol could be something, something could occur. Could it be a big boom, or could it be our final opportunity to buy XRP, where it's appearing? Could it be the final opportunity in week 44, which is October the 31st, so the 831, if you think of oct as an 8, to November the 6th. If Waters Above is right, and we do dip late October into November, that's our opportunity to buy. Our very last opportunity to buy. That, for me, would be the blue skies. But we'll have to see. So that's pretty much, I mean, there's a lot more in her decode here, but I think that is enough for me tonight. I have got some other plans, so I'm fine, and you have just taken a trip down the rabbit hole. I hope you enjoyed my connections, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful week and the rest of the year. Always think positively. Anything's possible, and good luck to you. All the best, and give me a contact. Shout me out on Twitter, YouTube, wherever you want to, and I will get back to you. All the best. Peace.